Well, it looks like it's just me so far. Of course, just started the stream. Welcome, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this, especially if you're watching live. Thanks for joining me for this live unwrapping. We are going to unwrap something from Computer Reset. But before we do, just going to get a little late evening snack here in the North Country of New York. Hello, Sean. I'm hoping it'll be more than us tonight, but if it's not, there'll be plenty to do. I'm leaving the masthead line up there just for a couple of minutes. Going to make a early evening snack. Might be a good idea if you want one. Usually my staple for the late evening or early evening snack these days is toasted English muffin with peanut butter and French strawberry jelly. What can I say? See what happens. What's Tim doing this evening? I'm just curious. I would have figured he'd be into this retro stuff that we've been doing. Am going to set a timer. I'm not going to do a hard stop at 8:30, but am traveling downstate tomorrow, so just want to keep that in mind. And we're always out of butter knives. Always out of butter knives. Oh, green and leafy. Are you having a Caesar salad? Let's see. Hopefully I didn't leave the jam out. So certainly not retro related, but one of the newly discovered products. Bon Mamam Strawberry Reserves, made in France. Really good, especially when put on top of peanut butter. Oh, cool. I almost thought you were actually talking about the smokable kind of green and leafy, but garden salad is actually pretty good too. So this is what we're going to be unwrapping. It's actually a big set. It's two binders worth. just a little bit more on the toaster. I really am trying to stay on a schedule of doing a live stream Thursday or Friday night, preferably on Thursday, but work and personal life just kind of really putting a cramp in the style there. Really putting a cramp in it. Nothing like Jif peanut butter, although my father prefers Peter Pan. So once we do get this unwrapped, we will attempt installing it on the PCAT, just like the broadcast description says. I know Sergio has been really busy with his own work and a lot of going through a lot of stuff from Computer Reset, the last couple of sales events, plus the cleanup. That has been a big deal. I know they're going through, I'm not sure how many cleanups are left, but they're really close to the end now. Really close. And I know there's going to be even more stuff coming from Sergio in the future once he has an opportunity to relax and decompress and get caught up with the stuff that he needs to get caught up on. Try to make some space on the table. I'm still working in the office. I still need one or two more bookcases on the media side. Once we get all the shelving labeled for the video discs, we can start cataloging them in the database and get them moved to Lion Mountain. There's a lot of people ask me, what inspired me to do this, and I've always had an inspiration to do it, but other YouTubers, LGR, Adrian's Digital Basement, Technology Connections, all really good. Alright, we're almost there. Well, I'm making a mess in my kitchen. Okay. Alright. Big mess, but that's alright. Perfect. Okay. Alrighty. Nope. Don't want that. Okay. There I am in the corner. Might make myself a little bit bigger here. Alright. So this is going to need some, just a little bit of adjustment. If I can. Alright, so here we are. We've got our really big software package, 2 binders, so I picked this cutter up at Walmart. I happen to notice LGR had something like this, not exactly like it, but oh wow. So it looks like there's 2 layers of external shrink wrap, or 2 layers of shrink wrap. There's the one that binds them both binders together, which I guess is good because I usually like, you know, the clear sheen of the plastic wrap. Okay. Huh. That worked out pretty good. I'll do the next one. Actually, need to cut up here. Perfect. All right. So if we look at the back, this one feels significantly heavier. Sergio, my friend, nice to see you tonight. Well, see your messages. Hopefully you can see me okay. So this one's really heavy, and I did happen to notice that you did pick quite a few of these up. Thank you, thank you. This one seems like it's the media. It's much lighter. So what do you want to start with? Well, the media, the documentation. And yes, it's not for everybody, but dark toasted English muffin with Jif peanut butter and French strawberry preserves. That's my crunchy snack. If I don't drop it on everything. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry, Sean. Sergio beat you to it. And it looks like, wow, quite there's setup, PR1, PR2, PR3, PR4, and PR5, oh, PR6, PR7, and PR8, and oh, PR9. So all in all, it looks like we have 10 discs, we'll set that up and we'll try and install in a little while. I'll just put that off to the side. And then here we go with the media. Oh boy. Oh, look at the, whoops. Look at that. A lot of media in there. Read this first. Always love what, really do need to get better camera. Oh yes. Getting IBM support is easy. Just register your IBM Business Management Series with us. Fill out the enclosed registration card and mail it. I know. It's been suggested just mail a card in. See how far it goes. Well, let's see. Well, thanks to Sergio, we have... So, without trying to strip my gears and stutter a little bit, IBM had other companies do... Yes, they are. The disk labels seem to be sticking to the disks. So IBM had other companies like Software Publishing Corporation who did PFS, makers of PFS First Choice, do lower end versions of software like Writing Assistant, Planning Assistant, Filing Assistant. But then IBM did their own, which is, in my estimation, the mainframe. They ported mainframe versions of their software over to the PC. And that's where you get this personal decision series, the data edition reports, and I had a couple, and Sergio was able to hook me up with the rest. But then you also had specialized versions of software, like they talk about here, you know, business management series, general ledger. I might have another version of that in the other room. But of course, this is the payroll edition. Of course, IBM wants you to be comfortable with your business management series as soon as possible, and we're going to give you some training materials. So, wow, this is all together, one big happy piece. It's probably going to take a while to get this all bound in here, but we'll start one section at a time, right? So inside the first cover, we've got the wonderful license agreement. Yes, I should do that. Okay. So we've got a preface that looks to be like 5 or 6 pages. Service will be available during the first 90 days from the data delivery to you by IBM or IBM's authorized representative, but not later than 12/31/1988. Okay. So then we have the introducing section of the manual. The cartoons kind of remind me of the original DOS. When they did the, DOS 2.0 manual, there are a lot of cute cartoons in that. Okay, hardware and software requirements. In addition to the disks that came with this application, your IBM PC must have 256K of memory, one monitor that can display 24 lines by 80 characters, a printer that can print a line of 132 characters, one dual-sided disk drive, one 10 megabyte fixed disk, and PC-DOS version 2.0 or equivalent. Of course, it talks about having an optional color monitor, an optional serial or parallel printer, having 2 disk drives, and if, of course, if your computer has 2 fixed disks, you can move your payroll files between the two. Okay. A lot of stuff in here about multiple state and local taxes, special check processing, specialized pay processing. That's cool. Multiple pay types. Oh, tracking of FICA. Like, I'm not sure how useful it will be for me personally, but I always thought that this software was kind of... Oh, okay. I will make sure to start doing that. Okay. Installing Payroll. Checklist for installing. Purchase supplies. Learn to use the keyboard. Prepare the fixed disk and set up the DOS partition. Set up the business management series and install the payroll programs. Okay. Oh my. Well, here's something. We can look for the part numbers. IBM has listed. That's probably not very clear, is it? Well, I'll read the numbers. Printer paper, 9.5 by 11 inches, continuous form, single part, 20-pound weight. IBM number 7036082. And the only reason I bring that up is if we wanted want to look it up on eBay or Amazon looking for IBM stuff. Printer ribbons, IBM number 7034623 or equivalent. Yeah, I need to get... I do need to get a better camera. What I have is a Logitech 720p webcam hooked up to a tripod. So I am curious about the printer ribbons. That part number says one box contains 10 ribbons. I wonder what printer it was for. Maybe the graphics printer. And then it has a couple of... we've got 3 parts numbers for disks. 6023450, 6069777, and then 6069769. The first part number is for 10 disks in a box. The second is for 10 disks in a special holder called a disk bank. And the third part number is for a library case. Reorder when level reaches 1 box. Checks and earning statements. If you've got any that you want to send me in the next shipment of stuff, when you do get to that, the Pro printer isn't fixed yet, but that's on my list of a lot of things to do. Oh, a lot of things to do next. Actually, no, that's not going to work for you. I was gonna put the paper up to the window, but IBM part number 6113706 is checks and earning statements. You can order from a vendor, use the design guide in Appendix B. Then we actually have W-2 forms. IBM offered their own W-2 forms. Part numbers 703-2561 or 703-2562. They also offered window envelopes, and of course, they had their own type of furniture. And Sean will remember, maybe he will, but in our high school, we actually had the IBM furniture that went with the Model 25 computers. Okay. Okay. Starts talking about preparing the fixed disk. Of course, we've already done that. DOS is already on it. Setting up the business management series consists of updating DOS. Okay. So it does want me to do an edit of the config.sys file. We will do that. We will do that. Okay, well, you know what? Let's fire up the PCAT and install some Payroll Edition. And have a little nibble of our snack. I'm going to change the position of the camera. Okay. Sunday 5-1. Whoops. Time. Wow, that's actually pretty good. It's only a minute off. Okay. We've updated our config.sys file. All right. We're going to insert disk 1, setup, and oops, let me get in front of there. So yes, you can see how the adhesive is actually kind of soaked through the label, but the label is still stuck. Okay. So copy cdos and c.sys to c. Copy cdos backup.com to c. And only because I forgot what that last one was, find. Okay. Copy cdos find.com or find exe to c. All right. And if you're wondering what the trilling noise is, that's our pet. That's the pet cat knocking over the tripod. That is one thing I didn't particularly enjoy about the IBM's own stuff, at least with the writing assistant and those packages. You could put everything in subdirectories. With the big binder versions, it all ends up going into the root directory of C. Okay, so it made the changes to our config, verified the changes to our config sys file, and now wants us to reboot and then launch the configuration again. Okay. Then continue the installation, huh? I don't remember if it wasn't NEC, it was Zenith. I don't think we had actually any of the IBM stuff until much later on. Okay, device, buffers, files, okay. And this is, we seem to be in a loop. Just keeps telling me changes to config sys are completed. Remove the disk from drive A, and you can read the text. I'm going to try deleting the config sys. Let the program do its thing, and then see if it does anything. Of course, this program isn't expecting DOS 3.3, so that could be part of the problem. I know. Thanks for tolerating my very hairy arms. Oh, whoops. Okay. No. So I'm wondering if it really is a DOS problem, because it just keeps looping back in the same thing. So this is kind of unfortunate. We might have to wait until we get back to Lion Mountain and try installing this on the 5150. So with that in mind, got 25 minutes left that I've given us for the live stream tonight. I'm going to fire up Monopoly and keep that game going. If you have any questions or things that you want to discuss, please go ahead and type them into the chat. I'm going to keep stuffing the documentation into the 3-ring binder. While we wait for the program to load. EGA, of course. Yes, it's a 30 meg drive in the AT. So I don't think the problem is lack of storage space. Oh, that would be really weird. If that was the case, that it didn't install. Of course we do. We're going to load game. And Sean, you said it for the computer player. For BBC 2000, which is who is in Canada and is not with us here this evening. And if you are with us tonight, BBC, if you can chime in really quick. I can't imagine trying to get work to convert to this such an old version of a payroll package. So what do you think we should unwrap next time? If you're live, type in the live chat. If you're watching not live, go ahead and post in the comments. I still have quite a bit of software from Computer Reset that needs to be unwrapped. The last piece of software we did was, sorry, oh, can't tell because of the somebody taped an envelope, some piece of paper. It's Top View, which was IBM's multitasking environment for DOS. But it locks up. I wouldn't say it locks up. You can use it, but when you quit Top View on the computer, Control-Alt-Delete doesn't bring it back. You actually have to kill the power to the machine. And of course, if you remember my staple at the end of every video and live stream, it's always park your heads on your spinning rust. Thankfully, I've been fortunate enough recently to have spinning rust that works. And when we first got the AT, that was an issue. I feel like the Verizon guy. Sean, can you hear me now? So anyway, this is all that documentation for Payroll Edition. And I always loved the big, the wide margin documentation, I mean, understandably, it's not as good as somebody doing a YouTube video to show you how it works, but good documentation is just that. It's good. There we go. A little bit better view. Not including time in between live streams and games. Who knows? We might set a new world record for longest Monopoly game. This is David Beam's AI character, and look at it. He's got the most cash, maybe not the most properties, but Because you never can tell just how the game might change. And if you remember our Monopoly tournament in high school, I thought that was a good example. I'm thinking at least in other versions of Monopoly, you could do something with the, change the rules to at least get some money for landing on free parking. Uh, yes, hopefully that's. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay. Sorry, BBC. Cost you a little bit of money. Gee, what? I'm glad I don't own any houses or hotels. Well, that helps a little bit. I just want to see what everybody owns. Okay, so everybody owns something. And it looks like David's AI character um, is the only one to have a monopoly in anything. So, yeah, that ought to make that ought to make things interesting. Um, hmm. Do I have anything that player 6 would want? I have no idea, but we're gonna try a trade. I know. One. Um, okay. Six. Oh, well, since it's not a computer player, I am not going to automatically do the trade. We'll have to wait until our Canadian friend is with us, so. And I have no idea what it is with the tripod or the camera, but it just keeps to be going down. And the train is going by. Well, we're almost to the end of our time. We're going to go through one more round around the board. We'll save the game. It's pretty obvious that David's AI player is still going to be the winner, but it's not conclusive yet. Nobody has declared bankruptcy in the game yet, so. Well, at least now we've got a lot more money. Um, who knows? Maybe if we can just figure out a way to keep going around the game board, might win. And I'll show you one of the other things I thought was neat. I'm just curious to see what did end up getting copied, and it looks like not a whole lot. So we'll get rid of that stuff. Whoops. Del BMS.sys and del config sys. Okay. So for my live viewers, of course, thanks for taking time out of your busy night to join me for a live stream. And if you're watching not live, thanks again for watching. Always make sure to search protect your vintage gear. If you do happen to have a vintage CRT prevent screen in, and if you're lucky enough to have spinning rust, always make sure that you park your heads. And I found this shutdown command on the advanced diagnostics disk. When you run it, it parks the hard drives and then does that. So hope to see everybody in the next video or the live stream. And if you like the video, please click the like and subscribe to the channel so you'll always see what is coming next. Good night.